is very limited. So it is getting full every now and then. Then every now and then I keep paying money and then increasing the space, storage space.
Okay.
Okay. So now, so we have upgraded permanently with some other better place where this issue will not be there. Otherwise, every 2 months I have to keep paying money for the space.
Okay.
Regarding Mac Center, I had written a mail to that Mr. Sharma. He replied that you write to Remax, the US something. So I forwarded the same problem with them. Let us wait for that now.
Okay, you must have sent it on Friday, right? Friday, Saturday.
Mostly on Friday.
Then you will get it. You should have got an immediate ticket number or something.
No, that I had not received. I forwarded to you also, same mail.
Achha, is it ecare@remax.net?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's see, today they may react, they may respond to that.
Okay.
Dilip Dilip started now getting it. His problem is resolved.
Good.
So he has made one virtual link also yesterday. It was nice. It was good. Very nice. So can we start? Today we are going to touch on the subject of
Lincoln.
Yes, Earl Nightingale. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have actually devised around 26 pages without losing one word. Not even one word has been missed out. Every single word of this particular audio has been recorded, has been written. And this 26-page document I will be sharing with you in the group, so that this remains as a document and refresher every now and then whenever you want to see that. Now I'll try as far as possible not to miss out any of those words, because each word is very, very vital. And in case in some of these things has to be read, it is better to read than tell in my own words. So I'll be doing a mix and match of reading and explaining about this Stranger's Secret, so that we don't miss out on any important message that has been given in that. So is it all okay with all of you?
Gautam Patel ji, please close your mic.
Okay, I'll close everyone's, no problem. Chandrasekhar, everybody, yes. Okay, I think they're all closed. So is it fine with everyone? Yes? Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. See, first thing is that this Earl Nightingale, when he was 9 years old, he was looking at the world, and he had one doubt, that the world is now created where abundance opportunity is available. Okay, it is available for everyone. It is not confined only to a few segment of people. When this abundance opportunity is available for every one of us, why there is a difference between some people vis-a-vis some people? So he saw when he was 9 years old that there were few people who were very rich and famous, and there were large number of people who were not rich. So he had a doubt in his mind as to why this kind of a disparity is there. And he comes from a economically backward, community, which means, not rich family. So he is from that kind of a background. He had this doubt at 9 years, and he did not get an answer for this till he came up to 35 years of age. Okay. So when he came to 35 years of age, it was at that time, he even then actually he was not too sure, but what he was convinced himself was that, people become what they think of. So that thought came into his mind, and he wanted to tell few people about it. So he was leading a sales team. He was leading a sales team of nearly about 12 or 15 people he had. So for these 12 or 15 people, what he wanted to do, communicate on a particular day, he had planned across, and then something cropped up. Something cropped up in his family, and he had to avoid going personally to meet them. So what he did was, he didn't want to cancel the program. He recorded what he wanted to say in a cassette. Those days it was cassette, 1956. This is the time this recording was done. So he took up this, recording made in the cassette, and then he sent it through some people. And those 12, 15 people who heard this cassette recorded version, they were totally inspired. They got totally inspired with this talk. And then they made a request to Earl Nightingale. So why don't you give me a copy of this so that I can give it to my friends and family. Okay, so that's how it started, so getting circulated. Then he took interest in getting it copied and all that, and then he gave a couple of copies to people, and that got spread, like a wildfire. Then within a span of about 2 years' time, his voice became one of the world famous voice in US. Entire US, the entire US community, they came to know about this. And drastic change in the life of many people took place after listening to this. His own life changed after that. His copy, when it got circulated on just word of mouth, without any advertisement, okay, without any kind of publicity, he never spent a single pie other than taking that copies and giving it to few people. After that, people took initiative in making copies of that, then published, okay, then circulated to large number of people, and then he made millions out of it. So this recorded version of this conversation, 30 minutes recording, has given him riches. He became rich only after that. Till then, he was also a mediocre person only. Then thereafter, his daughter, Diana Nightingale. This Diana Nightingale, then she took over from him, and then she uploaded that into YouTube, and then she made it viral. And different versions of this Earl Nightingale audio has come into place. Okay, so this is the preamble of how Earl Nightingale came out with this beautiful recorded version. How many of you knew about this? Did anyone know of this?
Yeah. I know a little.
You know a little about it, right? You went through some.
Diana, I didn't know.
Diana, you didn't know?
No.
Okay. Okay. Diana is his daughter. Okay. Fine. So long ago, in 1956, he was when he started this conversation recording. He started long ago. Albert Schweitzer, he's a great doctor, and he was a Nobel Prize winner. He was being interviewed in London, and one of the reporter at that time, asked him a question as to, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" Okay. So the doctor instantly could not reply anything. So he was silent for a moment, and then he said, "Men simply don't think." And it's about that, he actually went on to give a detailed explanation in this recording. And he says, we live today in a golden age. Okay, this is an era that man has looked forward, dreamed of, and worked towards for thousands of years. Okay, but since it is there, we pretty well take it for granted. Anything that you see, till you aspire to, till you achieve something, there is always a curiosity and anxiety. But once you achieve it, then after that, it is taken for granted. It is happening in every achievement of our success. If you see, till such time we get some success, then we'll be chasing the dream, and we'll keep doing that. But once we achieve that, after that we take it for granted that it is all there. Like for example, marriage, one wife comes into place, into your family, then what happens? You take your wife for granted. Then after that, family has to grow. Till the child is coming, right, on the Mother Earth, till then you are very, very anxious and very curious about it. But once the child is there, then you take it for granted. Okay, this is what is happening. So similarly, the abundance opportunity that is available in front of us, it is taken for granted. And he was telling, because he is an American, he was telling that we in America are particularly fortunate to live in the richest land that ever existed on the face of the earth. A land of abundant opportunity for everyone. But how many of these people, what happens? Let's take 100 men. So he gave an example of, taking about 100 men's example who start at the age of 25 their career, and he's asking, do you have any idea what will happen to those men by the time they are 65? Says. So out of this, when they become 65, 100 men who all started at the age of 25 with lot of aspiration, lot of ambition and all that, and they think that they will definitely be successful and all that. But if you ask any one of these men at the age of 65, what has that happened in your life? So you will find that out of this, close to around 1% out of these 100 people become very rich, and then 4 of them will be actually still financially independent, and then 5 of them will be probably still working, and the rest of the people, they all are broke, completely broke. Okay, so between 25 years to 65 years, you have got 40 years of an opportunity. During these 40 years of opportunity, these people have not been able to make the best out of it. So that is the shameful truth that he discovered, and he says that this is what is happening, and it has continued forever, and even today it is happening. Even in the era of 2020, this is still happening there. Okay, so this reality he seeped in, and he conveyed this, and he said that why he wanted to find out as to why is this happening, why this kind of a disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished. When we say about 5% only achieved success, then he says, what is success? Okay, we have to define success, and he says the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working toward a predetermined goal and knows where he is going, that man is a success. If he is not doing that, he is a failure. So success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Okay. There is a distinguished psychiatrist by name Rallo. He wrote a wonderful book called, A Man's Search for Himself. And in this book, he says the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. Okay, it is conformity. Conformity, what does it mean by that? It means that you are accepting the fact as to what the other people are doing. That is a reality, and you try to follow that herd. So it is a herd's mentality. And there you have the trouble today. It's conformity, people acting like everyone else without knowing why, without knowing where they are going. And now think of it in America. He says in America right now there are over, at that point of time in 1956 he was talking about, there were about 14 million people, okay, of 65 years of age, and over and above 13 million of these 14 million people are broke. They were broke, and they were dependent on someone else for life's necessities. Okay, that is the understanding that he had. Now we learn to read by the time we are 7. We learn to make a living by the time we are 25. Usually by the time we are not only making a living, we are also supporting a family And yet, by the time we are 65, we haven't learned how to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known in this world. So he says, by the time when we are 7, at the age of 7, we'll learn to make a living. Those days, I think at the age of 7 itself, people were probably, doing some errands work and all that here and there. And that's what he was trying to say, that at the age of 7, we were learning to make a living. And by the time we are 25, usually by the time we are not only making a living, we are also supporting a family. By then people, they get married and all that. And yet by the time we are 65, we haven't learned how to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known. And that is this question. Why we can form, and the trouble is that we are acting like the wrong percentage of the group, the 90% of the people who don't succeed. Okay, why do these people conform? He says 90% of the people, those who don't succeed, why they conform to the reality that they cannot succeed. Well, he says, I really don't know why these people follow the herd, but this is what is the reality. Then he says, lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. Okay, their outer director people, a survey was made one time that covered a lot of men, working men, and these men were asked this question: why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? So this question was asked, okay, by some people who are wanting to make some survey. 19 out of 20 people had no idea as to why they were getting up in the morning and why they were going for work. They had no reason. They simply answered back saying that everybody else is doing that. So since everybody else is waking up in the morning, I also wake up in the morning. Everybody else is going for work, so I also go for work. So with this, this is the kind of mentality people had. And that is why, he was saying that 19 out of 20 people had no idea. And you go and keep searching this, asking these people, out in the world, go out and keep asking them as to what is the secret behind success. Okay, you go and keep on asking this, people after people after people, even after doing for one more month completely, every day you keep going and asking, you will still not be able to get an answer. This is what he was saying. Okay, fine. Now he says that the definition of success is, who succeeds, the only man who succeeds is the man who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. He is the man who says, I am going to become this, and then begins to work toward that goal, are the people who are actually successful. Okay. He says the school teacher who is teaching in the school, is a successful person because she had predetermined her thought that she wanted to become a teacher, and that is why she is called as a successful person.
Sir, little bit about progressively realizing a worthy idea.
Progressively realizing the worthy idea means ideal, actually. Worthy ideal. What he's trying to say is that, if you have thought about becoming something, then you work towards achieving that, and you achieve that. That is called success. Success doesn't actually mean money. Money that comes to you is the only success. Now, if you think that you want to become one of the best real estate agent, right, and you work towards becoming first best real estate agent, then you are successful. Now, what is the definition of this best real estate agent? I am having something and parallelly, talking to you. Okay, that's why there is a pause. I'm having my morning. This is called Shukuti. Okay, so what does it mean by best real estate agent? Is that there could be 10 real estate agents. Okay, let me open my video. Okay, there could be 10 real estate agents. Okay, in this 10 real estate agents also, you cannot see all of them are considered to be a successful real estate agent. Reason behind that is that money will come to you as a byproduct. If you provide service, okay, the based on the service that you provide, your money will keep coming. So your money, the money intake will be directly proportionate to the kind of service that you are offering. So for example, you need to go into detail as to what is the kind of service that you are supposed to provide to a buyer. Okay. Now buyer is the money will come from only providing service to other people. Either you give a product to other people or you give service to other people, only then the money will come to us. Okay. So it is being given by other people. So to other people, when they will give you money, when they see value in the service that you are giving them. So if the service value that you are giving is in abundance, is more than what is actually required, then your automatically money will start coming to you. But when you are providing service, if you start thinking about money first in front of you and then start providing service, the money will go farther and farther away. When he says that you provide service first and then get the money. So progressive realization of a worthy ideal is that when you start realizing that why I am not able to get the real money, then you should start introspecting yourself and asking yourself a question, whether am I not giving any good service to the people? Is that the reason that I am not getting money? You should introspect that question and work towards how you can improve further on that. So when you improve further on providing that service, your money will start coming. Then the success comes to you. So you become a better real estate agent. And because you wanted to become a real estate agent doesn't mean that you are successful. While you are working, you need to keep on progressively keep thinking about how better I can be, how else I can be, how, because it is not coming, the money is not coming to you. It means that you are not providing the proper service that is required to be given. That is why you are not able to get the money. If this realization is there for you, you will start improving providing the service to other people. Is it now clear? To some extent it has come. Have you understood?
Yeah,
Yes.
little
only, not not fully.
It is
Okay.
clear. It is very clear.
It is. See, you wanted to become a real estate agent. That's why you are in this real estate agent business. Okay. You have become, right? Now, after becoming real estate agent, are you successful? Okay. If you want to ask yourself this question, I wanted to become a teacher. I wanted to become. Let's take the example of a teacher. Who is a successful? Even in teacher, there are thousands of teachers who are there. Not all the teachers are successful. The teacher who thinks that because of me, this person should grow in his life. He should remember me forever. Guru, that Guru's feeling should come to his mind forever. For that, she has to make sure that the student is being given the proper education that he deserves. There are people who will come and take that as a normal work, duty. It is my duty. I have to come and give lecture. So they will read something, they will understand something, and then they will come and impart that education and go, thinking that they have imparted the education without understanding whether they have really made those people understand what is education all about, what kind of knowledge that they should acquire, whether all these things have happened or not, they don't know. But still they move forward and they keep doing that work. Okay, that kind of a work is not a successful work, because you don't have any commitment towards that. You don't have any passion towards making that person succeed. All that is not not for you. You are not thinking about that. If you think like that and then provide service, then you will not get returns. You will not get money. Now, whenever a buyer comes to you, okay, you have got an opportunity to provide one of the best service to that person. Okay, and then when you provide that service, then when he purchases, you get your money. Okay, what is the kind of service that he requires? You must have a definite plan beforehand as to what kind of service that I can give him. What is the service he's expecting? He wants one of the good properties and he has certain requirement. You need to understand that. You have to enter into a discussion with him and get into the same thing which I've already told many times in the past. Okay, but just to make you understand that what is a progressive realization means, as you are progressing in the career that you are into, you will start realizing that I have to give better service, better service, better service, better service, better service. And a day will come when you will actually be providing better service and money will start coming. Till then, you are not successful. Now I have made it clear.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or still unclear?
No.
Progressive realization is as you are working, you keep improving. See, now you just ask yourself this question. You were independently managing real estate business earlier. Okay. Now, after joining Remax, you are now also doing the same business. But there has been an improvement in your providing the service. The first thing is that the thought that I have to give service to this person has come into your mind. Yes, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Earlier, was it there?
No.
Yeah, that is a progressive realization. Now, progressive realization is what? As you are progressing in this career of real estate brokership, you have started realizing that I will not be successful if I don't provide service to him.
Correct.
Okay, this is called progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So for some people, this realization comes faster. For some people, it comes late. That's the difference. In a classroom of about 60 students, okay, there could be only 5 or 6 people who are actually top ranked people. And the rest of the people are not ranked. Okay, or not that. This is going to happen for everyone. But not that all of them are poor, are bad. All of them are good. But for them, the realization is taking time. Progressive realization is taking time.
That will continue.
That will continue as long as you realize that this is the area of my improvement and I have to improve on this area and provide better service to the clients. Okay, because the clients are for us, are the God. If they are not there, we are not there. So if they are there, we need to provide service to them. In that also, you need to differentiate between who is a genuine customer, who is a fake customer. These are all progressive realization.
And the better the service, better the return I will
better the return you will get.
Sir, I would like to say something, sir. Sir, I feel what you have made me understand is that, like, according to me, you are giving the best service, maybe. But if a Tata comes, according to you, it is your best service. But according to him, it may be different. So it is in the mind. Means if I feel that I am giving the best service, means if I say that my service is worth 5% of the brokerage value, then it is means that service is worth that. And maybe according to say Sudesh, it is worth 3%. Then it is 3% like that. Something. What I am trying to. Am I right or wrong?
No. What you are trying to say is you are actually fixing a price for yourself for the kind of service that you are giving.
Absolutely. That is
right.
correct. Yeah.
You are fixing a price for the service that you are giving, and you are getting it. Okay. Now, according to him, what he says is that, do not think about that. do not think about there is a standard norm which has been fixed by everybody, right? And I am worth 5% or I am worth 3% is not the thinking that you should have. Supposing the whole universe is asking in the entire country, in India, brokerage percentage is 2% and 3%. Okay, we will not be asking 5% and 10%. If that is standard 2 to 3%, the same thing will be asked. Now, while you are providing service to people, when the service is 100% delivered to that person, the number of people will keep increasing. Okay, right. And then your income will multiply. Instead of getting one person for you, you will get 10 people to whom you will be providing service, and the same 2% or 3% money which is being paid will come to you from 10 different people. So your money will come to you and you will become richer. Okay, so even if one person comes, you have to give him that 100% service that is required. What is that 100% service is? You need to define, you need to pre-list the entire thing. From the time he starts contacting you.
Sir, I will put it in one more way. Like I have a Tata Corolla, a Toyota Corolla, Altis. It is having the engine, the facilities and all. It is worth 10 lakh of 12 lakh. But with same features and same model, same kind of a thing, Mercedes, same engine is worth 30 lakhs. So the difference is that same thing is there, but the mindset of this car manufacturer or something is like, they say that I am worth, my service is worth so much. This fellow says my service is worth so much. Like, you understood what I am trying to compare.
But you see, that is your understanding. Now it becomes your opinion about Corolla and Mercedes. Okay, but the general feeling of what is Mercedes and what is Corolla, Mercedes has got its own worth, status, and other symbols which is not there in Corolla. That is why you are not getting that value for Corolla, but you are getting better value for this Mercedes Benz. Now there could be one Sudesh Kavlekar as one agent, okay, and there is also Utpal Mehta who is also an agent. Both are same. Both are providing the same service, but people perceive that Sudesh's service is much better than Utpal's service. So Sudesh gets more money, you get less money, but both of you are providing same service.
Correct. So it is the mindset what we have.
No, it is not mindset. How people take it. What service you are giving, you think that you are giving the best service. What people think that whether they have received the full service is not. That is what is actually making the person successful or failure. So when see, according to you, you keep thinking about your goal and chasing the goal, right? While you are chasing the goal, what will happen is your mind will start working, giving you ideas, giving you thought process, giving you suggestions as to how and better you can start providing service to people.
Right.
So, can we say in this case that this is about changing our perceptions in other people's mind?
So you need to, like, for example, I came out with a seller's guide and buyer's guide. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now this is not being done by every single agent who is doing that. Now Anand was telling that when he gave that seller's guide to one of the prospect, one of the client, his total perception about him changed. He never realized that so much of work is to be done by that seller. He changed. So he thought he has created an impression in his mind that Anand is definitely a better real estate agent than the rest of the people that he has seen in life. Now with him, the argument on brokerage will be very minimal.
Right, right.
The argument on brokerage will be very minimal. It won't be there much because he has already seen the service provided by him. So when he says 2% or 3%, that man probably, if he feels little high, he might laugh and say that, can you make it a little less? But he will not say, come karo. He will not demand that. Why that demand is coming from other people? Because he has not seen that value that you are given. So this is what he's saying. When this realization will come only over a period of time. So that is why he says success is directly related, is a progressive realization. Progressive realization means it keeps on happening. As you keep doing that, Anand will think that today he's thinking he's doing a better service by providing that seller's guide to him. There could be some more, which presently he may not be aware, but he will get that realization a little later. Maybe something more, like going himself and taking photographs is a service that he is providing. He is making him feel that he is giving a better service. Today, what we are doing, we are trying to get the pictures from the people. Yes, it is available. Okay, it is available, so he is getting it. Now, supposing we want the pictures to be, whatever he has sent, we are taking it. We don't like that photographs. We want a better photograph. We want the road width. We want the entrance gate, which he has not sent it. Okay, but this is required to be communicated to a prospective buyer. Now to the seller, you go and do this kind of a service. He sees you working. He sees you providing that service. Then he feels that, yeah, this man seems to be doing a good job for me. Then the argument on brokerage will be less. So these are the services that you are expected to provide.
Right, sir.
Okay. So mentorship program, if I had kept it as one weekly once also, you would have accepted. Yes or no?
Yeah.
In the beginning, supposing I had said weekly once, we'll meet. Right? Even then you would have accepted. But I started giving you more value. So I said, I decided that I will at least meet you 3 times in a week. Okay. That 3 times in a week, what happens? The more and more inputs are being, so your perception about me is keeping on increasing. So tomorrow I put a price and tell you that you pay me this money. Half of the people will not refuse to pay that. At least you will say that probably, sir, mere paas abhi paisa nahi hai, baad mein de dunga, but I'll give you money. People will not refuse to give money. Yes or no?
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is with this intention when you start providing service. Now, when I provide service, I've heard from people saying that I am not commercial minded. Yes or no? Damneji made this statement in front of all of you.
Yes,
He joined me because he felt that this Sridhar is not commercially minded person. But because I am not commercial minded person, because I give value to the service that I provide, money comes to me in abundance automatically. In some form or the other, it comes to me. So that is the law of universe. Okay, the universe, what he says, when you are providing service, if your end goal is to get that money, and that money comes to you in front, and then the service later, that money will go farther away. It will not come to you.
Can I share one experience of mine?
Yeah.
In short.
Yes.
Whatever people expect, sir, if you give something beyond that, then you are a real service provider.
Yes.
आप खाली property लेके देते हैं, it is not a very big deal that you are doing.
Yes.
You should think in his mind what he is facing the problem in his life while buying the home, what else he needs. If you think in that direction and if you can provide that services, you become his lifetime service provider. Absolutely. As a real estate consultant.
Absolutely. So I am one lifetime provider for one person in Megan building in JP Nagar second phase. That guy will never go to anybody.
Same thing is with me. I have certain people who are investors they will never think of anybody else in their mind while
Correct.
investing. And they're investing with me not less than crore every year.
So that is what is the progressive realization about.
Right.
Yeah, I think
we should move further.
We should move. I think it is better that, you see, if you ask questions like this and the clarity comes, it is better rather than me reading that and telling you. What do you say?
Yeah,
that's true.
Anyway, I'm going to give that document to you. Okay. Anyway, my analysis I'll give you, because if you don't have, only when I'm telling something, questions will come.
No,
Okay?
now this we have to use it and experience it and go forward.
Absolutely correct. Now you need to keep seeing that how else I can provide better service.
Yeah, that's true.
Where is Narayan?
Sir, if you say in one sentence for this abundance realization, the relationship between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, as well as your customers, we are providing whatever we are judging our customer. If our relationship, what is Sridhar required and what he's missing, if I highlighted, most of the time what happened, our subconscious mind commands, no, this you don't provide, this you don't provide, this you don't provide. He's paying me only 1%, I provide no. Although he's paying the 0%, but our target should be providing him services 100%.
Correct.
Right.
In the childhood, we have programmed in our subconscious mind, this is not good, we should give this much, we should give this much, we should be a best salesman. It is only possible with the communication between the subconscious mind, conscious mind and the client, which gives the clarity. And that we should be a good salesman and a smart salesman, not a hard-working salesman. That will give the goal to achieve and progressive realization, etc.
Right. And money is only a byproduct. You know, he
correct.
Success is the woman who is a wife and mother because she wanted to become a wife and mother, and she is doing a good job of it. So she is a successful woman because anyway she wanted to become a wife and a mother, right? And that is why she has been successful. This is in 1956 he was talking about. Of course, the trend is changing today. The wife is also wanting to become a career woman these days. There are women who are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs and all that. So obviously, this is not applicable in the current situation. But he says that though in those days, you know, when somebody wanted to become a good mother and wife, she is successful because she is doing a very good job. She gives her life out to take care of the child. Right? She gives her life out to take care of the family. The husband is good, the husband is happy with the kind of food that is being provided, the way that the house is being maintained, and you know, the child upbringing, everything is being taken care by that wife. And that is why she is successful. Okay, and which means, you know, it is a predetermined goal that she had. I wanted to become a good wife and a good mother. She had that goal. So when she had that goal and achieved that, then she became successful. Okay, the success is, he also says that corner gas station and all that. Then, the success is anyone who is doing deliberately a predetermined job because that's what he decided to do. But only 1 out of 20 who does this are the ones who are successful. Why? There actually isn't any competition unless we make it for ourselves. Instead of competing, all we have to do is create now. For 20 years, he says, I was looking for the key which would determine what would happen to a human being. Was there a key I wanted to know which would make the future of promise that we could foretell to a large extent? Was there a key that would guarantee a person's becoming successful if he only knew about it and knew how to use it well? Is there a key? Then he says, there is such a key, and I have found it. And what he has found it is, I have found it, why so many men work so hard and honestly without ever achieving anything in particular, and others don't seem to work hard and yet seem to get everything they have. Okay, they are considered to be having the magic touch. You have heard them say that about someone: everything he touches turns to gold. Everyone he touches turns to gold. So what is the question that you have in this?
So this is what I was saying, that it is the mindset. See, Corolla, Corolla, the body is as thick or maybe thicker than the Mercedes. The engine is 1.8 liter. This Mercedes engine may be 1.5 liter. But means the features and facilities provided are as good as Mercedes. But the mindset of the manufacturer is that I am giving the best thing, means I am giving the best of best thing, maybe. And he then puts a price tag for it, maybe. But means it is a mindset that this car is worth this much of that person. So the Mercedes is costlier, and so this is means so that fellow is earning more profit, and so this Toyota is not earning. Maybe means that's what I was trying to express.
I will highlight all this because if that person's Vastu is only 20% good, he will get proportional to that. Okay. So his wealth luck is very poor. He will not get the abundance of the money, although he is working. Means there are so many things, factors are there which consider. This is not we prepare some biryani where we are putting in proportion some spices, then only taste comes. Preparing the biryani is not important. The taste is important, which customer like. When I give the services to my customers, my worst customer give me 10 reference because they are getting the result. They said, sir, I am not paying you 21,000. I'll pay you 51,000. Get me the results. So client requirement and client how you are recommending, what is the energy, that also make a lot of sense for the success. If the wealth is not there, wealth luck is very poor in the house, wealth luck will not come.
No, Earl Nightingale is not saying that. What Earl Nightingale is saying is that.
Sir, what I understand from your statements is, it is not about that what Utpal Bhai was saying, that it has to be there. But that when we are selling our services, there should be, these things should be in our mind that we are giving the best services. However, at the same time, we have to change people's perception about us, that the person, Nirav, whenever he is trying to find out our properties for us or something like that, he is the best person to do this job. It has to be in customer's mind as well.
So for that, you have to put in your effort.
Yes, exactly.
You have to put in your effort and you have to exhibit. You have to exhibit that you are a better service provider for the other man to feel that, and then decide on providing that money to him. Okay. See, there are two. If I need one service, I have got two different people who can provide me service. Then both of them are giving different servicing value. Cost is different. One guy is saying about 10,000 rupees for a work to be done. Another guy is saying 5,000 rupees for the same work to be done. Okay, for the same work to be done. Now, with this, based on this quotation, what is the human psychology? Human psychology is that this guy is going to give me the same service. So why should I pay 10,000 rupees for him and pay him only 5,000 rupees? Okay. Now the quotation comes to me. I go by 5,000 rupees value and I decide. I say, okay, I'm going ahead with that. Okay. Now our friend 10,000 rupees who is charged, now he takes initiative. Okay, before giving the price quotation, he tells me that what better when he gives me information in such a manner that, the kind of service that you're looking for, the kind of product that you're looking for, I'm going to give you this. And then I as a person who is going to pay that money, will start comparing this kind of service that he is giving me and compare this person who is giving me this kind of service, and then take a decision which is more valuable to me. Now, if this man's value is much more better, it is going to benefit me better. I may pay him 10,000 rupees today, but if I am going to get about 1 lakh out of that 10,000 payment to him, vis-a-vis, I pay him 5,000 today, I can save that 5,000 balance, but I will get only 50,000 for him from the service that he is going to provide me. Now, I am the decision maker. I see this person's value is much better, so I go and place that order to him. Is this happening to all of us or not? Are we not doing this? Have we not paid some extra money to people?
Yes, sir.
Have we not paid extra money to people?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Totally knowing that I'm paying more here. Because I'm paying more here because he's giving me better service to me. That's why I pay more.
Sir, it is like this. Like if I go in a small restaurant and have dal chawal, it is same dal chawal which grocery people has provided that restaurant, and it is the same dal chawal this has been provided to Taj Hotel. It has been prepared. Maybe the small restaurant dal chawal is more tasty. The thing is that the cost of dal chawal in that restaurant and in Taj Hotel are going to be different always, because the presentation and the things are different.
Yeah, environment, the status,
ambience
you
cost.
get satisfaction,
I have a comment here.
Matters a lot.
Sir, I have a comment here. See, I just heard Robert Kiyosaki cassettes and all. There he says, suppose this water, wherever you can getting taps, you can just take and drink. Then why people are selling 1 liter water for 25 rupees, that's 16 rupees. There he says, I am not selling water, I am selling health. The same way the watch, you get 100 rupees watch, you get time in that. You have 1 lakh rupees also, watch.
Right.
The manufacturer says, I am not selling time, I am selling luxury.
Right.
That is again the peaceful perception, which you have to buy 100 rupees or 1 lakh rupees.
Right.
Like Utpal says, dal chawal is getting on the footpath on the Taj. The people's perception where to eat and what is the amount of values added.
Look at from the other man's angle. Okay. Now, yes. Taj has priced it for what reason? He knows that I am giving him that this is the kind of service that I am going to give my customer. That is why I demand this price. And he fixes a price. And there are takers for that.
Yeah.
There are takers for that. So when he decided to charge that kind of money, then he realized that I can't be sitting in the footpath and charging this money. I have to give him a better atmosphere. So what I do, I go and invest on my infrastructure. I go and invest on my cutleries. I go invest on my chef. Okay. So he does all these things and provide that extra service to that person. That is why there are takers who are coming and paying you that money, knowing fully well that you are charging a bomb. For the same food, I can get it outside for just about 10% of the value that what you are charging me. But why people still come to you? Service. So is that what? Now, what is the service to customer that we are talking about? Supposing you provide him a cab, you pick him up from his house, right? You take him, you be with him till the time that he is comfortable, and you provide all this kind of service for you. I mean, you deserve money for me. You deserve your charges for that when you provide these kind of services to him. Now, how many of us are really doing that? So we all feel sometimes that, ये वो customer तो अपने आप आ जाएगा, आने दो, okay? And then, what needs to be given, we don't give. That is why we are not getting that deserving money. But when we provide better service, then we will get our money. We'll move on to the next. Today, I think thoda lagega, half an hour extra lagega. Chalega?
Yes.
Chalega.
Chalega. Right. Okay.
Sir, chalega.
Chalega na? Okay. मुझे लगता है because we have still not covered many. Okay. So he says that he comes to the point finally that people become what they think about. So what they think, if you want to be rich, you can become rich. If you want to become a successful mother, you can become mother. Whatever you wish, it will happen. You have to just simply wish for that. So then he gives an example of how you should control your mind. He is giving an example of a ship which is being managed by a captain, and there is a crew around, and there is a clear destination that is being planned. And for that, to go to that destination, there is so much of fuel which is required, and so much time is required, and it has to be monitored. It has been given direction, and the captain gives the direction, and there is a guy who actually takes the ship to the destination. He says 9,999 times it will go and reach the destination. Now then he gives a comparison. Now, okay, on the other side, you take another example. Let the same ship be available, but you don't put a captain, okay, you don't have a crew, and then you only put the fuel and then make the ship move forward. What will happen? So what will happen is it will not even move, or in case it moves, it will go and hit somewhere. It will not go anywhere at all, because there is no destination planned. So the ship is reaching a destination. Why? Because there is somebody who is controlling that. Okay, our mind is something similar to that. If you do not control your mind, the mind will go anywhere, because mind is huge. It will go anywhere. So you need to control your mind. So you need to guide the mind. That is the next point that he said. After that, he says, why do men with goals succeed in life and men without them fail? Well, let me tell you something which, if you really understand, it will alter your life immediately. If you understand completely what I'm going to tell you, from this moment on your life, your life will never be the same again. You will suddenly find that good luck just seems to be attracted to you. The things you want just seem to fall in line. And from now on, you won't have the problems, the worries, the knowing lump of anxiety that perhaps you have experienced in the past. Before doubt, fear, everything will go away. Well, these will be things of the past. And here is the key to success and the key to failure. We become what we think about. Now, let me say that again. We become what we think about. Throughout all history, the great wise men and teachers, philosophers and prophets have disagreed with one another on many different things. It is only on this one single point that they are in complete and unanimous agreement, saying that we become what we think about. So there has been a total agreement by all these people, but earlier there has been disagreements on many points. Okay, this is one point that they say that yes, it is right. Then next comes, he says, I'll touch this point. If you wish to be rich, you will be rich. If you wish to be learned, you will be learning. If you wish to be good, you will be good. Only you must then wish these things and wish them exclusively, and not wish at the same time 100 other incompatible things. Just as strongly in the Bible, you read in Mark 9:23, I think some pages or something like that is there. If thou can't believe all things are possible to him that believeth, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale said this is one of the greatest laws in the universe fervently. I wish I had discovered it as a very young man. So Earl Nightingale says, I wish I had discovered this very young man, at a very young man. It dawned upon me much later in life. And I found it to be one of the greatest, if not my greatest discovery outside of my relationship of God. So this is the greatest discovery he claims that he has been able. Then he goes on to explain what is the General, who is this? George Bernard Shaw said, and all those things. That is not required. He is trying to give a message to us that so many people have all agreed that this particular sentence, we become what we think about, is correct. It is very powerful, and we all should believe that. Then he gives you another example of why this happens. How does this relate to what we think about? Yes, Utpal?
Sir, I would like to point out in this that it also means that if I think that doing very hard work, working for 18 hours or 20 hours a day, only I will be able to earn, that is what I will become. If I think that I should work with my mind, I should do hard work, not physical hard work needed, but I should do smart work.
Correct.
And I will be able to earn very good money. Then the same thing applies.
True, smart work. So the mind controlling is required.
Yes.
So even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says same thing to Arjun. See, you do whatever I say because I am your mind. So whatever I say, you do it. The rest leave to universe.
Correct.
Because I am your mind now.
True.
Same thing in Gita also same thing.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Then he goes, gives an example of a land. The land is not bothered that the farmer is sowing whatever seed he sows. It will give you in return the same seed in abundance. It will grow as a plant and give you. So the land is not bothered about what you are planting. Right. Our mind is much more, much more bigger, and mind also doesn't care as to what you plant in your mind. So farmer, supposing he plants a corn, the corn will grow. If he plants poison, poison will grow. So does the land say that don't plant poison? It never says that. Our mind also will never tell you that you don't think negatively. There are people who are successful by thinking negatively. Like what? By becoming, I want to become a terrorist. Okay, that's a negative thinking. Okay, they also come, and the mind has accepted that request of that person, and he has made him a terrorist. The result of that is something different. But he planted that seed that I want to become a terrorist, and he became a terrorist. Okay, similarly, if you want to be successful, right, your mind should think in positive terms. Then it will give you positive result. Mind is not bothered. Mind will not say, don't think like that, don't think like that, and all those things. It will never say, it will never tell you. You need to keep guiding the mind. You need to keep telling the mind that this is what you should do. You are much more powerful than the mind. You can control the mind. But invariably what happens is that mind starts controlling you. So then he goes on to explain, why does this happen? Why is that mind is able to control you? Why you are not able to control the mind? So what is the reason behind this? What is your understanding of that? Why mind is controlling you? Why you are not controlling? Why you are not able to control a mind?
There are two entities in this. One is mind and the second is you. I should know what I should do. And I should know what I should to be done through the mind. Or how to control the mind. If I know how to control the mind, then everything will be in the place. Problem in how to control the mind.
See, actually, yeah. See, now there is some known person. I come across many people. So there is one person who is in Hyderabad. He gives you one example. Now, so let's say that you are traveling in the car, you are driving a car, and there is a traffic jam. Okay, there is a complete traffic jam. Now, for you to reach the destination, under that circumstances, it will take 2 to 3 hours. But you want to reach the destination in the next 1 hour's time. In spite of this traffic jam, which is a reality, right? If you are able to control your mind at that point of time, you will be able to reach the destination within 1 hour. Then question is how? How is it possible? You are accepting the fact that the traffic jam is there. There is no way that you can move behind, move forward and all that. It says how you control your mind. That is where the meditation, the healing comes, imagination comes. You start closing your eyes and get into that meditation and start expanding. Okay, so when you start expanding means, supposing you close your eyes and now you are in a room and you imagine that you have grown so big that now you are rubbing the walls of your room. Okay, you rub the walls of your room. Then the next stage, you go imagine you are rubbing the walls of the entire house. Okay, then imagine that you are entering, you are getting into the project area, the entire community that you are into. Then after that, your area, after that, your city, after that, your world, after that, you are getting into the universal sun. Sun is visible. And you even covering the sun, you are already expanded yourself. Imagine, expand, and your energy level has gone very high. Okay, then you imagine, put the destination in one of the imagination that you are having. Put the destination in that place, and then you see miracles will happen, and you will find way, and you will reach the destination in just 1 hour's time. He says it has happened to people. There are people who acknowledges the fact that yes, it has happened to me. Okay, there are people. Then he says, next imagination is you want money, right? Money to come. You have to start thinking about this, that money should come, right? Your bank balance is 50,000 rupees. Put 1 0, put another 0, right? It'll keep thinking, keep expanding, and put that bank account, bank number, bank balance, everything in that sphere, and start imagining. Sooner or later, you will reach that. And then he asked the crowd, right? How many of you have done this exercise? And tell me how many of you have achieved what you wanted to achieve. 2-3 people are standing up and saying, sir, I did this last year, from last year to this year, this is the 8 lakhs is what the kind of money that I saw in 6 months' time, which I never dreamt of. It's happened. There are many such examples. The only thing is we need to believe that all these things are possible. That belief level has to increase. It is all possible. The universe will take care of all that. So you can simply start thinking and dreaming, and then money will come. No, it will not come. That is where Earl Nightingale comes into role. Earl Nightingale says that you think all that, but then provide service. Okay, money is a byproduct on the, based on the service that you provide. Only you will get money. Service or product. I have a product, I sell that product and get money. Or if I am a service provider, you provide service and get money. Money will not come without providing service. But you think. When you are thinking, see what he's trying to say is that you will get abundance opportunity to provide that service. What is the service that we have to provide? Make people buy a roof. You are now getting an abundance opportunity because you are going through the strangest secret of the world. You are listening to that. Because of that, most of you are now sitting on an abundance opportunity of customer leads in your hand. Today, sooner or later, you are going to achieve that. Sooner or later, it will happen to you because you have been strongly believing and you have started thinking about it and you have started working towards that. Obviously, you will start getting it. Now, where you have to fine-tune your activity is, now that the opportunity is available in your hand, Sudesh has got about nearly 100 plus leads in his hand. Alpesh has got 80 plus leads in hand. Anand has got about 40 plus leads in his hand, right? Utpal has got 80 plus leads in his hand. All these things will now give you result because you already started thinking. Now, where you have to fine tune? You have to fine tune on the area of providing now service to them. Start thinking how good service that I can provide to this person. For that, you need to understand, analyze each and every lead that you have.
The difference between thinking and imagination.
Thinking and imagination. You want to know
what is the difference between
thinking and imagination? Imagination is something that where you can imagine you have achieved it. Okay, you have achieved it is an imagination. Like
it's the difference between virtual and real, sir.
Virtual?
Imagination is virtual. Thinking is real.
Define it more clearly.
So thinking means what we think we do. That is real. Imagination is a virtual thing. You imagine, maybe you do or you don't.
Now, yeah, you want.
I would like to disagree with them, Mr. Sridhar, Mr. Srinivasan. Yeah. Sir, it is like this that if a customer comes, I am showing him a house. The backside of the house is having a nala and something is going like that. But when I explain him and I believe that this is a beautiful house, and when I say it, I should believe in that. I should believe what I'm saying. And when I say that this is a beautiful house, it is it is spacious house, it is well decorated, it has got interior, this, that, then when I believe and I explain it to him with all the means with the heart, then it is means that kind of sale pitch is my effort. Do you agree, sir?
See, no. Actually, what you are saying is a salesman's point of view. A salesman will do that. Okay.
But it should be with belief, with your own.
Yeah. Now, what I say is that, and what I believe, I strongly believe is, now I will only put myself in the buyer's shoes every time. And I will put myself in his shoes and ask myself one question. Nala is there behind. This house is definitely beautiful. Okay. But can you live with this Nala smell throughout your life in this house? And if I have the money, will I buy this property?
Right.
So that time what I will do, my answer will come to, it says rejection. No, I will reject this property. Now, because this man is in front of me, who is not much aware of this Nala which is there behind me, okay. And now, if I tell him that it is a good product and I sell to him, I am not giving him the actual service. I'm not providing the service. I'm not providing the service. I'm actually getting into a lot of knowing fully well that there is a Nala behind. I have not disclosed the truth to him. So because of this, there is a lack of service deficiency in the service that you are providing. You have not given him the truth. If you give him the truth, right? This is like, how the other day I gave an example of the buffalo being in front of the house. And that man said that this is a very good vastu for me. I will buy this property. Okay. You made all these things very clear to him. You will definitely find a buyer for that. Somebody likes Nala smell. Somebody might like Nala smell and he might stay there. it is better for him. But your job is what? Your service is what?
No, I am not saying that I should hide it. I'm not saying I should hide it. I'm not saying I should hide it. But the presentation.
Presentation, fine. See, you are presenting because you want to sell. But you actually should put your, I always believe that when I want to sell a property or anything for that matter, first I will put myself in his shoes.
Right.
Then I will think whether if I have the money, will I buy this property? If my mind says, no, I will not buy this property, I will not sell him that property. I will give him a better property for him. And I will, in fact, win his confidence by telling him, because of this Nala, I suggest that don't go for it. Though he likes it. He says, I am liking it. Okay. But you should be in a position to give him the suggestion boldly, saying that because of this Nala, I feel that living in this house will be a difficult task for you. I can get you a better property. Then he will never leave you and go after that.
Sir, adding on to service part, so I have a comment. So last February 14th, we don't have any events at all for a photographer. But in the February 14th, that lady, one event lady, she left out of the job. So every year, one lady comes and goes. Then after this ends, she gave me on 20,000 rupees check. I asked why I have not done any photography service. She said that 20,000 is given for the whole year service we have done. Other than photography, we have done a lot of things. For the service, she gave 20,000 check for the service you have done for whole year. I have seen every event, what service you have done, other than photography.
Superb.
She gave 20,000 checks. It fed me when my life in lockdown also. I wanted to share it.
That's very nice. That's very nice. See, but you see, yesterday evening I was in some meeting, with somebody else, where I happened to come across one photographer who is in Surat. Okay, he's in Surat, and he was telling how is his photography business going on. Now, what he is into, wedding events and post-wedding events, pre-wedding events, and all that. Okay. Now, he came out with a brilliant thought during this COVID-19 situation. Now, what he has done is that there is something called pre-wedding, events which are there. The pre-wedding events, he reduced the price, what he was charging. Because of the pre-wedding events which he reduced, he started getting a lot of orders. And in that, he gave one of the best service that is possible. That is, in pre-wedding, they never imagined that he will give this kind of service, photographs and the kind of, beautiful things that has happened and all those things, events. Everybody started enjoying it thoroughly. And then the wedding and the post-wedding event has been booked and advance has been given to him. Wedding is going to happen later. Advance has been given to him during Corona period, and he has been able to survive. And he says that I'm doing very good business now. Much more than what I used to do. I'm getting so many people coming and giving me advance because I started doing the pre-wedding event at a very lesser price. Maybe almost free also he has given. For that reason, people have started giving him money. So one food for thought for you. In your photography business, you also think something in that manner. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Something like that, if you announce it in the world, maybe people will give you some events to work on, and they may give you some advance for the future events.
Exactly.
Possible.
And one of my friends, sir, he did the same way.
When that guy was telling me, his name is Nayan in Surat, when he was telling the group, actually he was not telling me in particular, he was telling in the group. So I was thinking about you only at that time when he was telling that. I think I should tell this to you.
Last February, he did on marriage. So what he did now, the whole year, he took a package. That means of delivery on baby, first month, second month, third month, up to 9 months, the baby photographs. So he took an order for 1 lakh.
Oh.
Every month, the baby photos, every month. How that baby looks.
Right.
In 9 months, in some naming ceremony, he displayed all the photos. So he took the order.
Right.
Same way.
So when it comes to, he gives a beautiful example of how you control your mind. He gives an example of when he was traveling in a car once, there is a, huge machine which was carrying about 35 tons of dirt. Okay, huge machine. 35 tons of dust, the dirty things, garbage and other things it was taking. And that machine was controlled by one single man with a wheel in his hand. Okay. So he was comparing that with the kind of, you have a vast source of energy in your mind. And are you going to leave it? Ashley, a quick comment and then we'll wind up. Ashley, tell me what is your take on this today's thing? Was there any new learning or you all knew about it? Ashley, just unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, sir. Sir, every time we hear it, there is a new learning. But today, I've never gone into the details in which you have explained it, sir. And also, since the doubts were also coming, there were more and more. Actually, this is the aim of listening every day, sir. Because someday you catch on to some part of it, and then you think on it and you absorb it. And different day you will not think of the same thing. You will be thinking of something else. Same way, sir. This was also very, very. Much better than just listening to the.
Today's discussion was too good, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Picking up one.
Unfortunately, we can't do it every time. But then this is the best, sir. Next best will be listening to it every day on.
Absolutely correct. Now you see, 1.5 hours has gone by. I have not even covered 1/4 of the entire,
Yes,
page. Yes, I think I've covered just about 7-8 pages. 26 pages are there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And 1.5 hours has gone by. We have to stop.
I would love to stay, sir. It's just that in 2 more minutes, my friends will be waiting. So
you carry on. I think we also should wind up now. We will continue on some other day on this. Okay.
Sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Sir. Tomorrow this
Vastu.
Yes. Okay. Tomorrow is Vastu. Yeah, I think Sudesh said that he will give the link, to him.
Right.
He will create the link and to him. See, Vastu, computer classes, meditation, whatever is happening. Okay, these are all extra things that are required to be done. I will not advise everyone to do, provide this free of cost. I don't advise because each one is spending their own time on that. But if it is something to do with real estate, in the real estate, supposing some help is required, that nobody should charge. That has to be free of cost only. Okay. But other things, it is out of their own willingness. If they are doing, it is up to them. But I will not advise that because it is their time that they are putting. And I know that in Vastu and all, Vastu is a service which requires to be paid. It has to be paid. Now, I think Dr. Chauhan will probably give you generic, information. But specifically to your house, if you ask him questions, I don't think he will be able to give that, without diagnosing, without visiting, and all those things. He will not be able to give. Am I correct, Dr. Chauhan? Without visiting house, will you be able to? Will you be able to?
Yes. So I am giving you only a general picture how it works. Okay, what is the formulas? What are the do's and don'ts? Okay, even while you are attending some meeting or mentorship, what do's and don'ts are there? Those things. But if you want any specific this thing, so visit is important. Either online visit or getting the plan to the scale, getting exactly the direction. Seeing the surrounding, all those things are very important.
Correct. So that is up to you how you want to conduct and all those things. But I may probably come in or may not come in. But you carry on. You people carry on. Whoever is interested in that line, I have already availed the service of Dr. Chauhan. I said, and whenever in future also when I require, I will approach him for that.
You are looking for some property. Okay, recommending. How good that property, how you can make out. Because you are getting the property cheap, that's why you are recommending to your customer.
Correct.
And after later on, he is suffering. And he is not giving any referral to you.
Correct.
If the customer growth is there, he will give you 100 customers.
Correct.
So before recommending the property, before selecting what are the do's and don'ts, all these things idea I'll give you. Suppose your money is stuck up. What is the reason? There's some court cases going on. What is the cause? How to remove? But these practical things which is there, once you know, about 30 to 40% things you can manipulate. Okay. Instead of becoming zero blindly as you program, I had to reach there, and because the traffic we are going to reach in 3 hours. But you are programming in your mind. If programming is done, no, I will reach. Automatically, you will get a traffic clean.
Clean, correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Sudesh, you take care of providing link to the group and do the needful. We will continue. Sudesh, I know that still a lot of things have to be covered. We will do it some other time. Okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Bye.